Tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you for having me here and for having us here as a sponsor. I'm PJ, I'm Head of Marketing and Insight for the Concrete Division of Fletcher Building, which incorporates Firth, Golden Bay and Winstone Aggregates. And I'm just going to talk a little bit today about what we're doing and why we're doing it and why I'm part of that journey. So I'm going to start by just respectfully acknowledging that I'm on a learning journey and my Maori pronunciation is a work in progress. So please bear with me as I do my best. Regenerative design and systems is something that's very new to me. I've been in this role for 4 months and I'm learning a lot about it, but it aligns with my passions. I come from an art background, and art is all about connection and people and how you interact with things, and I see the same thing in the construction world. We don't build buildings, we build communities, and that's a really important part because it's about how we all work together with the land and the people to create a better space and a better experience for us all. How do I make the slides go? Oh, right. Green button, cool, thank you, sorry. So the Concrete Division is made up of 3 businesses, Golden Bay, Winstone Aggregates and Firth. Golden Bay is New Zealand's only locally manufactured cement company, and we're really proud of our carbon footprint and what we're doing in this space to reduce carbon in the world. We're based up at Portland, just out of Whakaora, and we've got an amazing community team up there who manufacture locally. Winstone Aggregates have been around for more than 150 years, and we have a real focus and strive to ensure we're leaving a positive biodiverse impact wherever we are located. And Firth have nearly reached their 100-year anniversary. We're trying to lead the way in low-carbon concrete, masonry, paving and really circular design. And combined, our businesses have collaborated to build New Zealand homes, schools, hospitals, infrastructure, the places where we can live, work and engage for today and in the future. And we want to continue to collaboratively do that with the community. And that's more than just the community of builders and architects. It's all of us as to how we build better for the future. So I'm going to start by talking to you a little bit about Winstone Aggregates and some of the biodiversity work we're doing. We've been shaping the New Zealand landscape and its skyline for over 150 years. And I know people think of quarries that we dig big holes in the ground and we're taking away from the land, but that's only part of our story. The other part of our story is about how we rebuild that and how we leave a positive biodiversity behind. So today I'm going to share the story of Whakaora. Whakaora is our quarry down in the Waikato, and we have a really strong team working with the local iwi to improve the conditions of the stream and the wetlands around the quarry and build a space that helps to improve that local community. This includes for us weed control and planting, collecting native in-stream fauna and moving them to the habitats they can flourish. So we're working to translocate longfin and shortfin tuna, crayfish, whitebait. We're planted so far 5,300 eco-sourced native plants within this ecological restoration area, including kanuka, manuka, mahoi, pittosporum and flax. And to do this, we build really strong relationships with the local iwi. Ngāti Tamohu, Ngāti Te Atua and Ngāti Amaru are the iwi that we work with. And we have a kaitiaki forum which helps to select and improve the plants that we plant, where we move fauna to, and the rehabilitation work that we're doing to restore the area. We also work to plant flax that will work for local weavers to harvest and to improve that community connection that we have with the land. We do this by holding a hui 4 times a year to discuss the kaitiaki and the responsibilities that we have as users of the land to ensure that we're managing the environment for the future. This hui is really important to us. It allows us to share information about what we're doing, but also to build on that collaboratively to how we can do it better and to ensure that we are looking after the interests of the local iwi and the local community and explore opportunities for a partnership. And partnership's a really key word for us because we need to partner with the land to be able to build a future, and that includes partnering with our communities, and we get better, more innovative, diverse ideas for how we can do this. And one of the things that have come out of this for us is the ecological survey of Ngā Muhe Rearora Island, further down the Waikato River, a little bit further away from our quarry, to enable access areas of tapu and to plant species and plant remedies to ensure that we're really working with and developing a space that our community wants to continue to live in and thrive in. And that part of being local is also really important, and I'll touch on that further with some of our other brands. Golden Bay, as I mentioned, our focus at Golden Bay is about decarbonisation. We all understand the impact that carbon is having on global warming and our planet, and we want to be the leaders in changing this. We know that we have a large carbon footprint at Golden Bay. To make cement, you have to heat it up to a very high temperature, and that includes using coal. But we're really proud that we currently have our carbon reduced 20% below the Australasian baseline, and we're currently working on improving that. We're focusing on improving our product formulation as well as our manufacturing processes. And we'll be releasing a new product to market towards the end of next year, which will take our cement to approximately 30% below the Australasian baseline, and that offers a further 11 to 12% carbon reduction in concrete. And we're going to continue to work to reduce that to get ourselves to carbon zero by 2050. We also work really closely with our local team to drive the reduction by removing fossil fuels from our manufacturing process and investing in a circular strategy for that. This includes a partnership to recycle old tyres. Not sure if you're aware, there are about 5 million old tyres dumped into landfill in New Zealand in a year. As of June 2022, 15 months in, we have disposed of 3 million of those tyres and replaced 50% of our coal firing with alternative fuels, which is a mixture of tyres and wood waste. Over the next sort of 18 months, we're introducing plastic waste into our firing, and in the next 2 years, we'll be at an 80% replacement, and by 2030, the goal is 100% of fossil fuels removed from our manufacturing process. And this is a huge step for us. It's about how we innovate and about how we work as partners to deliver this. So it's involved a lot of work with local government and with other waste providers to get us that old waste. And we are now reusing about 80,000 tonnes of construction waste to fire our plant that we're taking out of landfill. And this is something we're really, really proud of. So it's about a 24,000 tonne a year reduction in carbon emissions so that we can set us up for a future planet that we can actually have for our children. And finally, Firth, who are our sponsor today. Firth has been a part of the history of New Zealand. You will find Firth concrete everywhere you look. But our capability extends through construction, roading, infrastructure, industrial and commercial, as well as residential. And like the people who manufacture them, our concrete is products of New Zealand. We use local products to make our concrete. We employ 650 people across 70 sites throughout the country. So for us, it's also about those local small communities and how we create workplaces and employment to keep communities growing, as well as building out the future for them. We work really hard to implement sustainable practices across reducing our waste, recycling our water, recycling old construction and concrete back into new concrete, how we design economically, how we reduce carbon, and how we connect with those communities locally, and how we sponsor events like this that help us involve the community and do better and innovate, but also how we offer employment opportunities and career opportunities to our local communities in a diverse way to improve what we're doing. This year we have a strong focus again on carbon and low carbon concrete. We understand the impact that concrete has on the built environment, but we also understand that it's a beautiful material that can do a lot and that could create incredible spaces and communities. So we're working really hard to reduce that carbon impact and produce lower carbon concrete. Right now we have a 10% less carbon concrete across all of New Zealand, and we can do 20% less in Auckland as our standard, and we're working to continually improve that and bring in more recycled content to complete that circular design. None of this would be possible without our people. So alongside our work to innovate and to create more sustainable building materials and change the way we do construction, we care about fostering diversity and inclusion in our organisation. We don't just want to grow female leadership, we want to grow diverse leadership with diverse thought. So across our Maori and Pacifica representation, across our LGBTQI representation, because the more diverse thought we have, the more innovative we can be, and the better solutions we can have for a future. And that's where days like this are really important to us, because it opens us up to have these conversations and to come up with ideas from outside our industry as to how we can continue to grow together and improve. And finally, the future. You know, we're always looking for those new ideas and those new technologies that allow us to provide those more sustainable, regenerative, circular ways of working. We'll continue to work to be carbon zero by 2050, but we also want to look bigger than carbon as to how can we help regenerate, what else can we do. And today is a chance for us to listen and to learn and to see what other opportunities are out there where we can work with you to create a more regenerative, sustainable future for New Zealand and for our children. And with that, I will hand over to the next person. Please come have a chat with us today. We'd love to learn from you and see what you guys are up to. So thank you very much for having us.